Good morning. It is April 11th, day 19 on the trail. Hard time getting started this morning. You can see the sun's up, but I'm on top of this mountain, so it comes up pretty quick. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. We're really glad we made this climb. The climb we made last night, so we don't have that major climb. We're going to be going up and down a little bit across the top here, and then it's a long down all the way to Paradise Valley, maybe Cafe, I think. But for today, it's we're gonna try to get halfway there. There's a water source at about 10 miles. I think that's kind of what my plan is, what I'm shooting for. But anyways, Tuesday morning, April 11th, day 19 here on the Pacific Crest Trail. Starting out at mile 129.2 or something like that. I can't remember now. Somewhere around there. As I get packed up and get ready to go, I'll get you back on, let you see what's going on. All right, 129.2. A little bit of wind up here, but pretty nice camp spot. I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I noticed the moon was, or I woke up and I noticed the moon was kind of shining through the tent. So I looked out and I could see all the stars. So I went in and got out of the tent and walked just a little bit up there. And you could see, I don't know if you can see down there, the valley. There was lights all down in there. I guess there's a little town down there. But the stars were really bright. Moon was bright. Just a beautiful spot up here. A little bit of wind, like I said. I wouldn't want to be up here on a windy day. So, plan for today, 7 miles to the first water, I believe, and then 3 more to another source, and then that's it. I've got 2 liters of water. Well, I've got my breakfast essentials, and then in addition to that, I have 2 liters of water. The terrain will be, I don't know if you can see the trail. You can see it running across the face of the mountain there. A little bit of up and then a little bit of down, and then at some point, I don't remember what mile part we're in, but it will start a long descent down probably to that valley floor. I still haven't been sleeping that great. Still, the cough is still there, and it's just there at night when I'm laying down sleeping. So I'm sure it's allergy. I'm sure it's drainage causing the cough. And when I get to Paradise Valley, there's a market across the street. Hopefully they'll have some allergy medication. It's gonna be a long, hot day, another grueling day. I did not eat dinner last night. When I got in, I was just so tired, hot, exhausted. And that's 2 nights in a row I didn't eat at night. And that's a bad trend for me to set. So today I'm still focusing on electrolytes, but I may even stop at some point and cook some pasta or something so I can get some carbs and a little bit more food into me. But I do feel really drained, and that's a product of not eating. You don't eat right to start with on the trail, but then when you don't eat on trail, then you really start to feel it. And I'll probably pay the price today. I don't know if you can see it on there, but the white snow-capped mountain, San Jacinto, that's where we're headed. That's kind of the next big step on this hike, figuring out what to do on San Jacinto, how dangerous those passes are. I'm close enough now to it to start thinking about it, but I haven't formulated any type of real plan on how I'm going to deal with that. Probably take an alternate around the sketchy parts, but yeah, I'm not committed to that plan yet. Still 2 full days of 2, 3, 4 days. I'll probably take a 0 at the camp spot in Idlewild. I'll probably camp there a day, or maybe even 2. So you're looking at 4 or 5 days before I even start. But all right, that's it for right now. Back on the trail, and Slim Jim took off. He's way ahead of me, so I'll be on my own. Bubble just went through. They all stayed down at Mike's. Most of them have already passed me, so I'm going to be hiking in my thoughts today, so no telling where I'm going to end up. Look how green that is. Very pretty. Not sure you get that every year, but lucky to have it this year. Maybe you do. I don't know. Anyways, wanted to give a big shout out to my daughter who's edited my videos. I try to catch up watching my own videos whenever I can because I download the raw image. I think I've already said this, the raw video, and then she edits it and posts it. So I haven't seen it sometimes. So it's really cool for me to go back and look and see how she put the whole day, the story together for that particular day. And she's just done an amazing job. So happy and pleased. Very few people I would ever trust to take a video of me and put it into a format and then put it out there and for the real world to see. She's put it together to tell the story exactly the way I want to tell it. It's raw. It is truth. Already the days blend together. I was just trying to think how many days it's been since we stayed at Julian. Trying to think how many days we camped since then, and I couldn't remember them all. So the days really do just kind of blend together, but it's nice to have that video to go back and look and say, oh yeah, I remember this day now. I remember going over that ridge and I was really tired, or it was a beautiful ridge. Wow, this is a beautiful valley right here. We're up above some smaller mountains. Anyways, that's my rambling for this morning. I know I'm talking about Mount San Jacinto again. That bad boy is looming. That's we're going there. You're going with me, whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not. We know it's going to be really hard, but we really want to go and face that challenge and be so excited when we're on the other side and down the hill and accomplish something. But that's going to be some hard ups getting up to the top of that mountain. It's lots of rocks on the trail, so it's not super cruisy. You got to really watch your feet. I rode my ankle to the inside, not the outside. The trail, I mean, it's been easy. I haven't had to stop to catch my breath or anything, which is good. People say, well, why do you listen to music? You know, you can't hear the outdoors. You can't hear the wildlife. The only problem with that is, one, you don't hear a whole lot of wildlife out here. Birds and stuff like that. You do every now and then, but not that often, surprisingly. And then as far as just looking around, it's like you need to stop and look around, because that's when you hurt yourself, when you're just looking around and you're not looking at the trail. And you know, if you watch other hikers, it's not just me. All hikers, heads are down, looking at the trail where their feet are at, because it all starts at the feet and works its way up. So you got to take care of your feet. You got to make sure that you're not stepping on those rocks the wrong way. That can definitely ruin your hike in a hurry. You know, if you're just plodding along, listening to music and looking down at the trail, that's just a good way to get some miles in. You only have so much solo time in your mind, because your mind, you know, the endorphins, I guess that's what you call it, or whatever, the blood's rushing while you're hiking, so your mind is active. My mind is so active. I'm just all over the place in my thoughts, and sometimes it's good to just kind of escape that and put some music on and just kind of power through. Do a little breakfast snack, a little Skippy creamy peanut butter on a tortilla. Thought I'd rest a little bit, take the pack off, eat something, give me a little bit of energy. All right, get a little break there, a little bit of water, tortilla with some Skippy peanut butter. Skippy. It's the last packet of that I have. Good sit spot right there. A little bit of shade, but that sun's coming around and it's getting on us. We got about 4 miles to the spring or the water source. It's hot. So hot. I just took a little break under some shade. Try to cool my body off a little bit. When I tell you the temperature, you're gonna laugh. I mean, it's like 78 or 80 degrees. But when you're out here on trail, it's just beating down on you, and there's just not a lot of cloud cover. So it's not that it's oppressively hot, it's just that the sun is baking on top of you, and it really warms your body up. And I just took another break. I'm having to do that a lot today. Probably just lack of calorie intake is catching up to me for sure. And then it's super hot. My body was just feeling too hot. Back on it, about a mile to the water. Hopefully that one's flowing. If not, then I'll have to go down to that spring or whatever. But it's supposed to be like you gotta go off trail downhill. Try to avoid that if possible. Just saw Hell Yeah on the trail. Hadn't seen him since Eagle Rock. I thought he was gonna skip ahead, but he slogged on through, made it. Along with this slow area, I'll go ahead and do another gear segment. So my sleep system, I am using it's like the Thermarest trifold mat. I use that for everything. That's a multi tool. Sit on it, lay on it, and then the other pad that I use, my blow up pad, is just a Amazon cheap Sleep and Go. It's called Sleep and Go. Super lightweight, and it's super comfortable for me, and that's the thing that's important. I use the Enlightened Equipment quilt. It is the Revelation, and it is the 10 degree 850 feel quilt. Now, one thing I'll say about this, I love this quilt. Super warm, super nice, super comfortable. I love everything about it. But if I had to do it again, I would go with the 950 feel, just because it weighs a little less. And in this case, the weight's not the biggest thing. It's the 950 will pack up smaller. Oh, and I also use I brought a sleep liner. It's just an Amazon. I have it to more or less, I get in that and then cover with the quilt to kind of protect the quilt from, when you're out here hiking every day and you don't get a shower for like 5 days, it don't smell that great. So I can take that and wash it, and I've washed it every time I've done laundry. I wash that, so that way it keeps my sleep system clean, and that's the most important thing. The water down there is warm. It is real sandy and it doesn't taste that great. The next option is 3 miles, and that's the cistern. There's been comments that it's good. The water's good. It has a color to it, but it's good, clean, clear water. Or not clear, but it's good tasting water. So that's 3 miles. I'm kind of thinking it's 3:30. It's starting to cool down. We got a little bit of a breeze. Maybe some clouds come in. I might go ahead and go there and camp there. That's what I'm kind of looking at. And then that'll put me into a short hike into Mom's. Tula Springs, 1/4 mile down that way. I'm not going there. I'm going straight that way. 2.5 miles to the water cistern. That's where I'm headed. I think that's where I'm going to camp. If I make it there, that's definitely where I'm going to camp. It's 3:53 now, so I'm hoping 6:30. I don't know what the trail's going to be like, so I don't want to say I'm doing more than a mile an hour, but that might be the conditions that I'm faced with. These are always tough at the end of the day. I'm debating about making this home for the night and decided I'm going to try to cool down a little bit first. I'm still a mile and a half away from the water cistern. I've got enough to pull this off. I got enough to cook my dinner and have half liter, 1/3 liter to make it through to the 1.5 miles to the water tomorrow. All right, I'm going to close out this video tonight. I'm just going to close it out showing the outside of the tent because I have my shirt off and you don't want to see that. At 138.2, I'm going to do 9 miles, I think, today. Not as many as I wanted. I wanted to go another mile to that water cistern. I may regret not doing that because that's how much water I have. Just under 1 liter for the night. should be plenty. And then I've just got 1 mile to go in the morning to get to water. It's supposed to be cooler temperatures all day tomorrow, which is good. The heat today and yesterday has just devastated me. Tomorrow the plan is 8 to 10 miles, and that would leave me 3 miles the next day to get into Paradise Valley Cafe. And then I could get in there reasonably early, pick up my package and eat lunch or breakfast, whichever one I get there for. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I just want some good food. I could try to push the whole way, but I know it'd be after 5 when I got in, so it wouldn't do me good. I can't get my package. And then I'll have to figure out when I get there exactly what I'm going to do. I don't know. Slim Jim was camping, had said he was going to camp about a half mile down from me. This is, I'm here by myself. It's a good spot. It's supposed to be like a meteor shower or something tonight, so if I wake up I might just try to crawl out of my tent and just stand out there and look at the stars and see what I see. I think that'd be pretty cool. Shouldn't be any lights around anywhere out here. I'm in the middle of nowhere. But that's it for tonight. The end of day 19. Very well, started out pretty easy downhill. Thank goodness most of it was down today, but we did have some ups. It's just the heat just absolutely drained me today. And yesterday just really got to me. It's the combination of you're fighting heat, but you're also having to semi-conserve water because you don't know exactly how much water is at the next source. And this last source, the water was warm. It just wasn't good water. I mean, it didn't taste real good. It was real sandy, slow-flowing stream. And that's why it was kind of warm. So just have to deal with that tonight and hope that water in the cistern is cold tomorrow. And then I'm going to stock up on that. All right, so with that, I'm out. Good night. Have a great night. Well, tomorrow we'll start day 20. That's incredible. Tough but rewarding day, I guess. At least I made it through. I made it up this hill, which is good. And I think down to the cistern is probably pretty much downhill, so it should be an easy hike into that water tomorrow. And everything is dictated by water. What I cook tonight, dictated by water. What I eat, everything is campsites, everything's about water, and it makes life really hard. Anyways, it's my choice, not complaining, just put it out there that this is what a through hike on the Pacific Crest Trail. I can't imagine a dry year or like starting in May. There's no way I could do it in May. There's no way. I would never have made this section in May. No way. I'd probably have to get rescued. It's just so brutal. The heat coming off the rocks, just at 80 degrees, it feels like it's 130. Anyways, quit complaining. I'm ready to go to bed. Sun's not quite down. I hope it cools down a little bit more. I'm going to lay here and upload these videos, and then I'm out. So from mile marker, what did I say, 138.2. Good night, and have a great night.